Well, I'm very pleased to be joined by Lindsay Pattison, who is WPP's Chief Transformation Officer. Lindsay, thanks very much indeed for joining us. It is impossible to read any newspaper or trade magazine, the marketing trade or any trade for that matter, without transformation being at least in 5 or 6 different articles. From your perspective as WPP's Chief Transformation Officer, what is transformation in today's business world?
I think transformation is the positive way to tackle the disruption that everyone is facing in our industry. So I use the phrase created at the World Economic Forum a couple of years ago about the fourth industrial revolution, which is a technological revolution, which has fundamentally changed the way that we live, operate as consumers and businesses. So true end-to-end transformation, because technology now enables everything to be connected. So I think it's really important, as we recognise that all of our clients are going through significant disruption and technological change, and as consumers are experiencing that themselves, that we ourselves show that we are ready to transform. Fundamental opportunity, or the fundamental role, is to accelerate change, to be agile and to change ourselves actually ahead of the market rather than in reaction to the market.
Now, you're clearly spending a lot of time talking to our clients and potential clients. What is it that they want from a marketing services group in today's environment, and probably more important, in what they envisage tomorrow's environment is going to be?
I think there's some really core themes, which is, I think we have, as WPP, we've delivered very successfully on integrated offers or client teams that have been put together to create kind of one access point into WPP. And we create team structures that are bespoke for each client. What clients want now, we still see clients really wanting an integrated offer, but they want a much more fluid, a much more agile and adaptive model. So that is actually a significant change. They still want integration. They need integration because our world is ever more complex. But they want us to be simpler to access. They want WPP itself to be easier to navigate. And I think the other fundamental shift now is because of that technological change and the opportunity that affords. The clients not only want an integrated team, with a clear leader that can access across the group, but they want an end-to-end operating system underpinned by a technology stack that means all of their data points can be connected. And so the core change probably that we're seeing over the last 18 months is an end-to-end connected customer experience enabled by joining all of those data points with a technology layer below.
And given, I suppose, that very data-centric world, what challenges do you see for us in terms of WPP across the world, but also in terms of how our clients organise internally to be able to take advantage of that sort of vision of sort of a real-time trading?
We need our clients to be as adaptive, fast and fluid as agencies need to step up and be as well. We need to have conversations with their CIOs and their CTOs, not just CMOs, because obviously those functions are now interconnected. So I think the worst thing that could happen, or the danger of what could happen, would be that the CIOs or CTOs are not conjoined to the CMOs and your data strategy at a client level is not joined up. I mean, we need to make sure that the client is using their data as effectively as possible, and that we on the agency side are able to do that as well. So we need to make sure that all elements are connected. So that would be the challenge back into clients, is to ensure that their C-suite is totally aligned on their own technology journey.
Now, a universal data stack is probably something that everybody is going to aspire to in this sort of new world. Going back, I suppose, to the old analog world, if we can use that analogy, is people and talent. What's the challenge now to retain really good quality talented people, given the pools on talent from established companies, startups and high-tech companies around the world?
I think we need to fish in a wider pool. I think we need to have really clear programs, and some of our agencies do this incredibly well. Some of our markets do this incredibly well. Actually, we need to be linked into university programs and talking about the variety, the depth, and the opportunity that a bright graduate can get by working in a business like WPP, with access across all of those services, to be able to learn all those capabilities and show them that there's a career path that is open and exciting. I think we do need to consider how we move talent around the group. That's something I feel quite strongly about, that we need more T-shaped, we need deep specialist expertise in some core areas, but we also need people that are T-shaped, people that can truly understand the breadth of a client's challenge. And I think, we talk about a world where, an algorithm-driven world or a machine learning-driven world, and I think that is close upon us. But the combination of how man and machine work together.
Yeah, I mean, I would like much prefer to categorise it as sort of where algorithms meet human rhythms, and it's that sweet spot in between that's actually going to be the thing that defines those people that are going to win and those people that are going to be also rands.
Yeah, I mean, you still need to set the rules for what that machine learning or what the AI, what the algorithms are going to go out and set to learn, and someone needs to interpret that data, needs to keep changing that. But obviously machine learning can help accelerate all of those performance pieces. But I mean, talent is everything. We're a service business, and of course we need to invest in infrastructure and in tools and in systems. But ultimately, the people that walk through our lifts and in our doors and up our lifts every single day are what clients buy. But we all know it's about the personal relationship, that I trust you with my business. So I'm passionate about that. I think what is interesting, and again, something I read about a lot, or I would try and practice once you've read it, is we need to really understand that the generation of people coming into our business, or the majority of workers and colleagues in our business, are Gen Y. And they have very different attitudes to what kind of working environment, culture, their learning opportunity, the transparency they expect from their leadership. And we need to ensure that we are leading in a much more open, collaborative way.
There's mobility. What about diversity?
Yes. So as you may know, and some of my colleagues will know, we launched a program at Maxis, the media agency I used to run, called Walk the Talk, which is about empowering our senior female leaders to understand any internal barriers they have, self-limiting beliefs, take some time to think about their bigger game, their bold moves, how to create a strategy to get there. Because when we look at the very top of our business, whilst we are pretty good overall and good at a senior-ish level, we still need more women to get to the very top of our organisation. And then once you broaden out from a gender diversity area, you need to then think about ethnicity, cultural sensitivity. We have a programme called All Means All at a Group M level, which is about LGBT. And we also need to think about age and economic diversity as well, to ensure that we are bringing people in from different backgrounds, because we all know it makes better business sense to have more diversity of thought throughout the organisation, and certainly at the very top of the organisation.
So finally, Lindsay, in your talks with clients, with our WPP companies, how do you see the future? Are you optimistic or pessimistic?
I'm not even half glass full. I'm glass and a half
Excellent.
full. If you're a Brit, that's a Cadbury's line. I think you have to be completely optimistic about the opportunities afforded to us in the fourth industrial revolution. And what energises me is when I've been in New York for 2 weeks with some of my colleagues. We have so many fantastically talented, optimistic, clever, smart people with different backgrounds that all want to work together, collaborate, and just do great work for our clients that delivers growth. That's what gets people out of bed in the morning. And I find it I'm hugely optimistic about the future.
Well, Lindsay Pattison, Chief Transformation Officer for WPP, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.